Hey everybody, Dr. Deom here at Hazleton Eye Specialists. Welcome to another Eyecare today. We have a very exciting show, a special guest here today that I cannot wait to share with you. A lot of really exciting things, but I want to make sure you know where we're at. We are located at 281 Airport Road, Hazel Township, Pennsylvania, by the Big Eyeball. You can't miss it. Driving down Airport Road, the Big Eyeball, 570-453-2020. Give us a call for eye exams and eye care for all ages. Two other locations, fantastic locations. Tannersville, our Stroudsburg Eye Specialist location on Route 611, right behind the Friendlies on Route 611. You could stop at the crossings, go down the road after you've spent all of your money at the crossings and get a good quality eye exam. Beautiful location, extensive frame selection in Stroudsburg and Tannersville for all of you Pocono fans out there. And our newest location in the Skook. I say lovingly in the Skook because we are located in the heart of Schuylkill County in Pottsville. Dick Yingling was there. I'm just kidding, no he wasn't. But we're right in Pottsville and a beautiful location, brand new office, two new doctors, Dr. Brendan Connors and Dr. Akirta Saran, who just got married, by the way, to each other. They just got a brand new dog, and so you could come on in and ask them about their new puppy, but come in and get an eye exam at Hazleton, Stroudsburg, or Pottsville Eye Specialists. So, we are here today with a very special guest. We have Sage Bacher here today. And Sage has been a patient of ours for how long?
Since 2015, when I was 9 years old.
Since 2015, and I feel like I've known her since she's born, I guess, is what I feel like. But I guess that's not the case. But you came in as a 9-year-old just for regular eye exam, right?
Yes.
Now, remind me, did you have glasses before that?
No.
No, that was the first time we got glasses even.
Yes.
You know, I find one of the most exciting things that I do is prescribing glasses for children, young boys, young girls, for their first eye exam, because I think it's just an exciting thing that all of a sudden we check your vision, which is better 1 or 2, and we get glasses and you see better. It's almost magical, and I think the lights turning on or the excitement of putting glasses on for the first time is really very special. Do you remember anything about your first eye exam? If you don't, that's okay.
I do not remember my first eye exam.
I needed to be a little bit more exciting, I guess, that time. It wasn't that exciting, huh?
No, not really.
I'm just kidding. But you did get glasses, right?
Yes.
And do you remember, were you having some trouble at school, or do you think maybe mom and dad, which, you know, I have to say this. Your mom and dad are right over here, and they're fantastic. And this is just an example of a wonderful family. I've gotten to know mom, dad, even grandparents. And just, you know, one of the other things that I really love doing is getting to know families. And this is an example of a family that I feel like I'm a part of by extension, you know, through seeing everybody here at the office. But so that first eye exam, we got glasses, and do you remember getting the glasses?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about that.
Well, I could tell you this first with vision problems.
Okay.
When I was in 3rd grade at Valley Elementary Middle School.
I went there. Did you know that?
No.
I went to Valley Elementary. I'm an Eagle also. Yeah.
I couldn't see the board in my social studies and science class.
Okay.
I didn't understand why, because nobody's head was in the way. When I came home from school, my parents told me that the school nurse sent a note home saying that I need glasses.
Gotcha.
And they said, that's probably why you can't see the board, and I've been wearing glasses ever since, and I also wear contacts.
All right, that's right. Yeah, if you out there in TV land, if you're looking at her beautiful eyes right now and you're wondering, well, where are those glasses? And that's because we've evolved. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to the contact lens story here in just a few moments. So that's the story, how it all came to be, huh? How we first got glasses. So thank you, school nurses out there. We appreciate that. That is sometimes a very thankless job. You're dealing with snotty kids and sore tummies and kids just trying to get out of school saying they have headaches. But they also are doing this really important evaluation of young men and women's eyes, right? Because learning happens through your eyes, right? If you can't see the board, how can we make sure you're keeping up with the class and following the notes and getting the examples that the teacher is doing? So that was a moment for you that was something that sticks out even to today, that yes, we needed glasses. So you got glasses. Yes. Tell me about that. How was that when you first got glasses? When you went back to school, did you notice anything?
Well, I noticed that I was able to see, of course, the board and really everything that's far away. Like, I couldn't see anything far, but I was able to see close.
Wonderful, wonderful. Without glasses, right?
Yeah, without glasses, I could see
So that
close.
means she was nearsighted, is nearsighted. A lot of times people get that confused. Did you ever hear that word, nearsighted, farsighted? So nearsighted means we could see near. So that's what you are, nearsighted, meaning we could see close, not far. Farsighted, on the other hand, means we could see far, not close. And probably the most common reason young men and women need glasses is nearsightedness, just like you. And the reason for that is we believe that as we age, we change, we grow, and our eyes change and grow. And as the eye changes, grows, and elongates, we will become, in some cases, more nearsighted, just like you. So you got glasses, went into school. Do you remember the first glasses you got? Do you remember what color they were?
They were purple.
Purple. I remember those glasses, believe it or not. I do. They were really cool glasses. You've always had very cool glasses, if I'm not mistaken. I always joke with patients, sometimes I'll bring them out to the optical area and I'll be like, oh, and this person, they want pink glasses or they want blue glasses. And they look at me and they give me a face. But we might have done that with you and you said, yes, I do. So you've always had some flair with your glasses, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, they were always purple.
Pretty cool glasses. So we got these really cool purple glasses, went in, and you were able to see the board at school. Fantastic stuff. So that's the beginning of our journey here with Sage. We are going to learn a lot more about her visual journey here at Hazleton Eye Specialists. We're really lucky to be able to take care of folks like Sage and their entire family. We hope that you give us a call, check us out. Again, we're in Hazleton, Stroudsburg, and Pottsville. Stay tuned. We'll be right back talking to Sage about her visual journey. Hey everybody, Dr. Deom here. Another episode of Eyecare today. Thank you for joining us again. Don't forget, we're here in Hazleton on the Airport Beltway, 281 Airport Road, Hazel Township, PA. And also in Stroudsburg, located on Route 611 behind the Friendlies, right down the street from the crossings. Beautiful location, Stroudsburg Eye Specialists, as well as our brand new location in Pottsville. Cannot beat it. Beautiful parking area, large optical, easy access for appointments in and out. Another really exciting thing at all of our locations, we have a brand new retina specialist, Dr. AJ Alarkar, actually joined our practice from the big city of Atlanta, Georgia, believe it or not. He hated the warmth and I'm just kidding, he didn't, but he's joined our practice. We're very happy to have him. And Dr. Sachin Patel, our retina specialist in Hazleton, will now be seeing patients in Pottsville. So we'll have retina coverage at all of our locations. We're very excited about that. So today we're talking about really family eye care, and really exciting to have Sage join us today talking about her visual journey, is what I'm calling it. And started out with can't see the board at school, something I think that a lot of people out there can identify with and have experienced. It's one of my favorite things is to be the first person to put glasses on young boy or girl and allow them to see the board or the leaves on the trees. I hear that a lot. I can see the leaves on the trees. Oh my goodness, it's great. It's not just a big ball of green. There's leaves. It's a wonderful thing. And so we were in what grade again when we first got glasses for everyone to hear?
Third grade.
We were in third grade, which is very typical. And, you know, what's very interesting is I feel like in some respects, you know, I'm an eye doctor, but you also become very aware of the different things that are going on in grades in school. You know, in third and fourth grade, we're starting to switch classes, right?
Yes.
It's when we start to switch classes. It's when we start to have more than one teacher. It's when things speed up a little bit more. We are copying more from the board. We're not learning how to read anymore. We're now reading to learn, right? It's a totally different approach. And, you know, this is where in some cases we start to hear folks talk about reading and some difficulties maybe with keeping up with the class. Not that we cannot read, not that we are having trouble seeing the words per se, but we're just not keeping up. So at one point in time, of course, we were doing yearly eye exams. We get together, check for glasses, get a new pair of purple glasses.
Yes.
Right? And I think at one point in time, we started to talk about your reading. So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I never had issues like pronunciating the words. It was just reading comprehension.
Yeah. So can you recall some of the things you would experience?
Well, if I read the whole story and I had to answer questions, I wouldn't know the answer, and I also wouldn't know like where to look up the answer. And like my teachers were saying stuff like just read the questions first and then read the story because maybe that would help you.
Yeah. Did that help?
Yeah, a little bit.
Good, good. You know, I want everybody to think for a second about times when they've read a book or a newspaper article, and you're reading through it, and you start to think to yourself, I don't know what the heck I just read. I need to start over. You know, I think we've all done that. We sometimes daydream, we forget, we lose our place. That's very common. However, there is a very beautiful and specific process that's going on when we read. First, we have to see clearly, right? Our two eyes need to see clearly. So with Sage, we knew that was happening. We had her eye exam, she was seeing 20/20. We could see the words, we could see the letters. Second, our eyes have to be able to efficiently move together as a team. And this is something that is not evaluated at our school nurse exams or our pediatrician vision evaluations. This is a little bit more in depth. And this evaluation really should be done, you know, by an eye doctor who understands how eye movements affect how we read. And so the most basic explanation, and it is a little more complicated than this, is that our eyes need to be straight, looking straight out when we're looking far, and then they need to come together when we're looking close. And we call that convergence. And so one of the things that we often see as deficient or needing a little extra help is this convergence eye movement, something we worked on a lot in our early days of what we call vision therapy, making sure that the two eyes can come together efficiently to look at the letters and words and efficiently move across the line and then off to the next line. And so we want to make sure that that can happen quickly and efficiently, but we also want to make sure that it can be maintained. And that's a big one, and not something that's measured all the time. So what we observed early on with Sage was something called convergence insufficiency. Again, seeing great, seeing 2015. I would joke with patients like Sage and say, you could be a fighter pilot with that vision, and it's true. Do you want to be a fighter pilot?
No.
Okay. She could be, though, with this level of vision. And so, but we said, well, let's work on this convergence, because it can be that as you're reading through a passage, you can see it, you're smart, you know what's there, but because the eyes are having a hard time staying together, that as we work through this passage, we may not retain everything because each eye is not always looking exactly where it's supposed to be. And it's not something that you would be able to see from afar. So we did a lot of vision therapy, and early on that I think made an impact, and we sort of evolved into some other forms of vision therapy that also helped. But I'd like to just ask about your experience with vision therapy. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah. So I started when I was 11 years old, and the reason was I needed help with reading comprehension, and my eyes needed help to focus on one thing. What I remember the most is the Brock string.
Oh, the Brock string, that's good, yeah.
I had to hold a string with beads up to my nose and focus my eyes to be able to see only one bead.
That's right.
And it wasn't hard. I even did it at home, and it helped me with trying to find an answer to a question and where on the page the answer is.
It's really amazing. I got tingles when she says that, because it's such a simple thing, but it can have a very profound effect. But you know what really matters? Her. The work that she put in, the work that mom and dad put in bringing her here. It takes a lot of effort, you know, and just like any therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy, it's only going to be as effective as the work that the individual puts in to make it work. So kudos to you for putting the work in, and you know, here we are years later talking about it, and she's a junior talking about going on to do big things. Very exciting. So, you know, that is phase 2, and vision therapy is something that we offer here at all 3 of our locations. So, you know, if you or a loved one's having difficulty with focus, with reading comprehension, with words moving on paper, but you see clearly, this may be something that you should come in and ask us about. One group of individuals in particular that we do vision therapy with are folks who've had concussion, and just a lot of young boys and girls who are going through the grades. Grades are becoming more challenging, and we're starting to notice, again, some difficulty, in particular with reading or from going from far to close. Guys, we are having a blast here on Eyecare today, and really appreciate you joining us. We're going to be right back with our last segment. Hey everybody, here on Eyecare today, Dr. Deom and Sage in the house, and we're here talking about family vision and specifically Sage's visual journey here at Eyecare, Hazleton Eye Specialists. Thank you so much again for joining us. As you know, we're located on the Airport Beltway, 281 Airport Road, Hazel Township, PA, at the Big Eyeball. We're also located on Route 611 behind Friendly's in Tannersville. That's Stroudsburg Eye Specialists. We got Dr. Olzinski and Dr. Bellinger at Stroudsburg Eye Specialists all the time. Dr. Kislin and myself also make guest appearances at Stroudsburg Eye Specialists. And of course, in Pottsville, we are bringing our care, our family eye care to the Skook, and we hope that you'd like to check us out. We are in Pottsville, but it's actually in Pali, lovingly referred to as Pali or Palo Alto. Beautiful little town, great neighbors. We've met a lot of you, and we're so happy to be your neighbor in Palo Alto. So we are here with Sage, and we're nearing the end of the discussion about her visual journey, but we just finished talking about vision therapy and vision rehabilitation, and we started the journey at age what?
9.
9, and that was when we were doing the therapy, correct?
Yeah.
And we probably did it for about, I'm going to say a year. Would you say that that's about right? Off and on, maybe a little bit. What do you? I think that's about right. Probably about a year. So we did it for off and on, maybe about a year, maybe a little less. And I think we noticed some real improvements there. And so here we are today. Tell us where we are today. What's going on in your life? Tell us all about it. What grade are you in? Where do you go to school? What are you studying?
Okay, so I'm taking broadcasting at the Hazleton Area Career
Love
Center.
it. So she could just as easily be, Sam's got to watch out because she's going to kick him off this camera and she's going to be the one videotaping very soon or in front of the camera. That's fantastic. Very good. And what else?
So in my broadcasting class, it's going great so far. And last year I did a lot of skits, but now because I'm a junior, I do a lot more news segments like national, local, and world news.
That's fantastic. Very cool. So as a junior, you're doing news segments
Yes.
there. What type of, is that, what do you enjoy most about broadcasting? What's kind of driving you to go this direction?
It's the news.
So you enjoy the news?
Yeah.
It's fantastic. You know, a lot of people don't like the news, but you know what I do every morning? I watch the news. I enjoy it, and I love the folks on the news. I'm a fan of our local news, and it wakes me up. It welcomes me to the day. I feel like I'm friends with them, and I think it's just really, really important, being aware of what's going on in our world, and it is a really important thing. So Sage is going to change your mind on the news, hopefully, and make it something that you like again. So you're doing news. What happens as a senior? What's the next step for broadcasting journalism here at the Hazleton Area High School?
I'm probably just going to keep continuing doing of what I'm doing right now.
Wonderful, wonderful. So they do broadcasting. They do a show at the school? Like a news show at the school, the segments? Do they go out to other students, or how does that work?
Well, with the news segments, like when we produce our stuff, like we have our own like YouTube channel.
All right, so it goes on
we
YouTube.
Yeah, and we just post the videos
TikTok?
there.
Does it go on TikTok?
No.
No, not until we need to work on that. We should get a TikTok page for the journalism. Whoever's watching, if there's a journalism teacher out there, it's not Sage's idea, so I don't want to get her to get in trouble. But I'll take the blame for TikTok at Hazleton Area High School. What do you think? She has no opinion, which I think is very good news approach, very good anchor news approach. No opinion. She's just presenting the facts, right? So the last step of our eye care journey together, Sage, has been your transition into contact lenses.
Yes.
And I think that is a really fun thing that we also get to see a lot of young men and women do, and that's go from glasses to contacts. And so, it's always fun bringing that up with mom and dad in the room, and a lot of times I'll say, Sage has glasses and she's seeing really well, and she's also at an age now where I think contact lenses could be something that really offers her a different level of vision. What do you think? It's always interesting, and I'm not so sure. I'm pretty sure your mom and dad were very supportive, but I know in some cases I totally take mom and dad off guard. They're like, oh my God, I wish I would have been told you were going to ask me this question today, and they don't know what to say. And we have to kind of go through some things. But do you remember that? Did we bring it up? Did you bring it up? I don't recall, to be honest.
Well, I wanted contacts.
You wanted it. Okay, got it. So you brought it up. Maybe you told mom and dad, and you guys came in together and...
Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay, all right, good. So she caught me off guard, maybe. That was what it was. So you said, hey, I'm interested in contact lenses. We said, no problem, and we got him on. Do you recall the first time you got him on? Do you remember what that was like or how it went?
It was like a really funny feeling because, like, I never, touched my eyeball before.
Right, yes. which is good, by the way. You know, a lot of times people will say, you know, I've never touched my eyeball. I'm like, good, you know, don't do that just for fun, you know, anyway, but you know, it is. And people will say, well, it feels like something's on my eye. And I'll be like, well, there is something on your eye. But so you had that. What about just the perception of your vision without glasses? What was that like?
I just thought it was amazing because like I'm seeing something where I'm not wearing glasses, but the stuff that's making me see, of course, is in my eyes.
It is. I think that word, you saying amazing, it just sums it up, right? You have totally uninhibited side vision. You're used to having your glasses on, and all of a sudden you could see your face, and it's just a really cool experience. And I'm so happy that we got to provide that here and see your face, smile after getting those contacts on. And so I think contact lenses are a great option for a lot of young boys and girls, men and women. Great option is a daily disposable contact lens, a lens that you wear for a day, you throw away at the end of the day. You don't have to worry about cleaning it or taking care of it or anything like that. And it's really just a really great, safe way to wear contact lenses. So Sage, I know you want to be in broadcasting, but I really think you should be an eye doctor. What do you think?
No.
No, all right. Well, I'm going to keep working on you on that one because I think you got a lot of great eye care experience, right? That is true. That is true, but we're going to stick with broadcasting, and I think a lot of the folks out here hopefully will get to see you in front of the camera, maybe behind the camera, doing work, you know, in broadcasting in the area. And I can't tell you how much that I appreciate you coming on here today, sharing your experience with everyone out there, because I think there's probably a lot of parents who can take something away from the things that Sage has shared, and maybe even some young boys and girls who could be potentially experiencing some of the same things that you were experiencing but didn't know how to express it. And maybe after hearing you express it, will feel more comfortable expressing that to a parent, a teacher, or even a doctor. So thank you very much. You've helped a lot of people today, and that is a big deal. Guys, we are so happy that you joined us on another Eye Care today, and we hope to see you in one of our 3 locations, Hazleton, Stroudsburg, or Pottsville Eye Specialists. Have a great one.